Hello, this is an activity to accompany the book on sharing, which I wrote, and it's intended for families, for parents and siblings to do together. It could also be used by mental health professionals, but it would have to be structured slightly differently. And the goal of the activity is not to provide children with something different that they need to do. It's not to teach a lesson. It's simply to bring families closer together. And here's the activity. Everyone in the house goes and looks at all the possessions that they have and chooses 3 objects that they own, that are their personal property, that they don't want to share with anybody, or at least they don't want anyone to use that thing without asking. Like if if you walked into a room and someone was using this object, you would be upset because they didn't ask your permission first, or maybe it's an object that you don't want anyone to use ever. And once everyone has these 3 objects, you can gather in a circle together and take turns sharing what those objects are and what they mean to you. And in this activity, it's not like we're saying that you don't have to defend the object that you've chosen. You can simply describe what it means to you. That might be an emotional connection. That might be like, I have this piece of electronic equipment that's super valuable and that I need to use for work or whatever else, so I want people's permission. It could be, I have this teddy bear that feels like an extension of me, and I don't want other people to hold it because that feels violating to me in some way. But again, not trying to be defensive about these items, because going into the activity, it's known that, hey, like we're all going to respect each other's property in this way. And through the sharing of the items, through the sharing of why the items are important, you get the chance to learn a little bit more about each other, and a chance also to set some clear boundaries around things that everyone can have that will be respected, and that their boundaries around their own personal items will be respected. I wouldn't want to put any pressure on children during this activity. Like, say you're a parent and you have a 4-year-old, and this 4-year-old has gathered 3 things that are important to them that they don't want to share with other people. And then when it's their turn, you're like, hey, little buddy, it's your turn to share. And when they do share, all they do maybe is like hold their stuffed rabbit really tight to their chest. And it could be easy in that moment to want to say like, hey, talk to us a little bit about your rabbit, but that is communication. You have received communication from them about the rabbit, and you can simply say back to them like, hey, I can see that rabbit really means something, and you're holding it close to your heart, and it's really important to you. And my hope for that activity is that people learn a little bit more about each other and can carry that with them going forward. And thanks for checking out this video, and I hope you all enjoyed On Sharing.